Hey, AFTERBUZZ TV fans, tune in now. We're talking about Into the Badlands season finale. This is episode 10 for season 2.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Feels so good.
Not really. Not completely.
Well, I mean, we are reunited.
I
too.
know.
Like,
I mean, that's true.
That could go wide. That could be a good way to go.
But at least it's gonna end.
I know, it is bittersweet. It is
won't end bad,
just
though.
like this song.
Yeah.
Just like the whole Sonny and Cher shit.
It hurts so much.
It does. It does. It's a deep burn. Wolf's breath and dragon's fire is always that way, though.
No, correct. You are right up there.
Every time.
Every time.
Both wolves breathing and dragons
Oh
fire.
Lord.
But yeah, it's very sad to see this is the season finale.
It
It's
is.
been a great run. I mean, 10 episodes felt so much more satisfying
Yes.
than 6.
But yeah,
Good
very
God.
much so.
I'm very excited for this supersized season we have to look forward to.
That's it. Yeah. 16 now.
I don't think there's any release dates yet or like
No.
sort of.
No release dates.
I'd heard it's at least not going to be as long as the last
I
one.
hope so.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
I
we
That's what they
waited,
said.
like,
What was it, like a year and a half?
Yeah.
Two? Yeah.
way too long.
No.
I would
Many moons.
think a
Many
year. I would think
moons.
next January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that.
That's what I would think January.
Yeah, I think winter is a good time
Yeah.
to do that.
Yep.
Nice. I like it. Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's think good thoughts.
Yeah.
Till then, let's talk about this episode. Crazy. We got.
Oh my God.
We finally get so many things, yet so much is left unanswered.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot
I mean,
was left unanswered. All right, but I know going into it, you needed
Right.
to, you know.
And
We got to have another season, so
Exactly.
you can't wrap everything up. I'm just kind of like, wow, that's really not too much covered. Like,
Right.
all wrapped up nicely. So I'm like,
true.
"Ooh."
True. I mean, yeah. The main thing was, I guess, just the like Vale, Sunny, Quinn.
Yes.
Thing.
Finally.
Yes.
You
Yes.
couldn't drag
Yeah.
that on again.
No, I
right,
don't think we
right.
could have handled another season of
No,
that.
no way. Nope.
Which is, it's sad in a lot of ways. I liked both of those characters considerably.
Yeah.
It was interesting though that they took to take both of them out because
Right.
this season, and I guess it makes sense, their storylines were like together. They were
Yes.
so intertwined.
Yes.
We really didn't see them outside of each other almost.
Nope.
So I guess it kind of made sense to just like rip the Band-Aid off, took them both with.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
I know. So I don't know if you guys, fans, feel a certain way about how the people were taken out, Vale and Quinn, obviously. But definitely sound off in the live chat. We'll try to incorporate that into our discussion here.
Yes.
But we kind of start off the episode. Sonny is just on the ride for vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool setup. Like it was very badass. Like he was just like
Right.
a lone swordsman.
And I love that they brought that back
riding in.
because that's how we saw the first
I want to say,
episode.
you first just
Right.
riding in the Badlands on
Yeah.
that bike. Yeah, it was a nice callback.
Full circle.
No, and I like that. That's
Yeah,
why it
no,
kind
it's
of freaked
very
me
cool.
out because like if we didn't have a season 3, I would have been like,
Oh,
just like breaking down, just like oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
this is where it ends.
Right.
But I love it because if you look at that scene from the first season to now, like he was very clean cut. I mean, he's not Daniel Wu hasn't aged at all, but like you know what I mean. Like he looks like he's just like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to
Right. Well, yeah,
hit
he's
the next
Asian.
thing.
Asians do not age. This
No,
is
There you go.
well-known fact.
Correct. But it was really cool seeing him, like his bike all muddy and rusty, and
Right.
he looks like he's been through a lot of crap because of all the cuts and scars. It's totally different, and I love
Right.
it.
And at the same time, I love, like, for this season just by itself, how it starts off, like, with Sonny with nothing. Like, he is, like, a slave.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't even have a name or any positions. And to go from that, like, his whole trip and quest back to get to this place, like, he's gotten his groove back.
agreed.
Like, he's got his, like, weapons. Like,
Right.
he's, like, fully stocked and, like,
Yeah.
ready to go. He's definitely been through a lot.
Yeah.
But it's
Poor thing.
cool to see like that he comes back to
Yeah.
kind of full form.
Yeah.
And just ready to kick some hay.
Yeah, seriously, all over the place.
Meanwhile, Quinn is like prepping with Henry, who constantly coos. as
Yeah,
we've
I
referenced many times.
loved Oh gosh, I can't remember exactly who tweeted that at us, but
Yeah.
that gif of just like
No.
Henry cooing.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Pancake for the table.
Pancake.
Yeah.
Massive shout to you.
Pancake for the table.
For the table.
For the table.
Love
That's
it.
a fantastic
Love
name.
everything
So
about that.
great. But yeah, just I will never get over that. If I rewatch the season, I'm like, Henry's
No,
cooing.
it's the best. I mean, I don't know what outlet you guys were watching on for the closed caption. I caught a couple of them though. They
Did
said
you?
Henry whimpers.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
new
I did
one.
see that, and
So
I thought of
he's-
you.
Henry's really broadening his range as we
Moving a level
exactly.
up.
He's,
Step from cooing,
he's
goes to
aging so
whimpering.
he's so much more sophisticated now.
Oh, man.
with his cries.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, so he's prepping. He just literally never lets him go. Henry. He just like
No.
has him. It's like a clutch.
Yeah. No, like that's exactly what it is, and it's kind of creepy.
Very creepy. Very creepy. So I'm
yeah.
glad that that's no longer going to be a
So is
thing.
his whole end game with Henry just to kind of raise him as to be his heir, because of
I think so. I mean, I think because he knows
Ryder was such a disappointment.
Yeah, Ryder
I
was just like a
mean-
disaster.
I mean, yes.
and also, you know, knowing his own mortality, that it's kind of
Right.
his days are numbered.
Yeah.
My guess is he's trying to find like something to live for, and
yeah.
the legacy, like passing that on, seems to be the only thing that he's
Yeah.
grasping at. His numerous wives have
You
not
know,
worked out
God, it
either,
is almost
so-
it's almost like how good they do this show. It's almost a testament to it, because I almost pictured a whole new TV series, whereas Sonny dies in this episode,
Oh,
and we
why would
time
you-
jump 20 years.
Right.
To see
Oh,
Quinn,
okay.
maybe he's dealing with like
Right.
cripple, but the Henry's full-born male,
man would
and
not-
find out that this is not his father really. Like that's a whole nother storyline
yeah.
that they could have done.
Yeah.
I would
like
be-
if they
That'd
went
be
a different path with
crazy.
it.
I
Yeah.
would be terribly upset if this man lived for 20 years with that giant thing in his head.
Who
Because he was
knows? You
going
never
crazy.
know.
No,
You
no,
never know. It
you're
would've been,
correct.
like, such a
You're
good
correct. And I'm not
story.
trying to say that like people with tumors shouldn't last long. Like, that's
No,
not what
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
sweetheart.
But just to put it out there, because the internet can twist
Right.
my words.
I-
But like Quinn itself, like we were already like from when it was from season 1 to like now, where it's
Yeah.
like practically his entire head. I was like, if this man
Every-
lives for 10 to 15 years, I swear
That's
to
why I'm
God.
like, how is he still going? How is he still? Because
can't
he was
do
like at
this.
death's door.
Yeah, no,
all
seriously.
of season
I
1.
Yeah, and I think
Can't do it.
that may not necessarily that was like a mistake on
Right.
the writer's part, because it's a
Yes.
very like integral thing that they dealt with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is such a tough thing to come back from.
Right. You kind of wrote yourself in a corner with that.
Exactly. And again, like you never know, like when, like I like that they took the liberties into something deep like that, rather than just kind of walk on eggshells.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
We don't know if we're
But
gonna
that would be
another
cool
season.
though if Quinn did
I just thought
survive.
that just
I mean,
because
and
that would
seeing
be
an
you could
older
see the
Henry.
story
Yeah.
possibilities with that happening.
That would have been so insane.
Totally.
And I
Yeah.
definitely thought he was going to get away with it. I definitely thought he was just going to run off with
Right.
Henry. Vale and Sonny would have been, or Vale would have gotten hurt, and then Sonny would have to deal with like finding his son again, and I would have been like, this is insane.
Right. No, I mean,
And more Henry cooing. It's just the whole thing.
so much Henry cooing.
But I did think of you though when we get to the pep talk area where he's holding Henry and he's just spouting off random
Right.
crap, and I was like, John Blake must be sitting there going like, what is Quinn is amazing, but also what is this nonsense that's coming out of this man's mouth? He's so crazy. That was what the John Blake in my head was saying.
I mean, you're not far off. That's exactly. I had a very similar inner monologue with my own self.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I guess with the Quinn speech, I mean, it was so classic. Quinn.
Yeah,
like
he likes the monologue.
and-
I know, but it was so slurred by the end of
Yeah.
it. I was like, what's happening?
just like the cancer brain. It's like the enthusiasm was there. There's like the flaming sword and like the
that flame sword was pretty freaking sweet. Like,
very cool. I mean, the weaponry I think has really gone
sure, yeah.
a level above this
Yeah.
season in general. I mean, with the whole backstory too, like
Yeah.
having it be legendary type weapons, I thought was a cool aspect that they played with.
Yeah.
Obviously, Silver Moon sword that is now Sonny's.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I miss that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I liked
too.
him. He was such a good part for just
maybe season 3. You never know.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, they definitely left a lot of loose ends, which we'll
Yes.
work towards. But yeah, very cool. I mean, the whole speech was cool.
Insane.
Definitely, he poured one out for the homie.
He
Gave
did.
real
It was so
bit.
ridiculous. Just like I love that he's giving like this war speech while like holding a baby at the same time was just so much for me.
I mean,
and a flaming sword, like it was just so much. It was very Quinn.
Yeah, I'm very impressed that he was able to like maintain his level of badassness while
holding
like,
a baby,
holding a baby, cooing. And like also like they like stay true to character with like the cancer rambling.
Yeah,
because like a little like okay, that last thing didn't make sense.
Yeah,
right.
no, it didn't.
Like
and
you
I was
had
like,
me, and then
you lost me. But yeah, like at one point I couldn't even understand what he was saying because his accent was so thick. I couldn't tell if he was like trying to keep from spitting or something. So I felt like there was like saliva like collecting, and he was still trying to do his speech. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. This is insane.
I mean, the character's so cool like that. I mean, I love that they did go the cancer route because it kind of allowed for those kinds of you know, like idiosyncrasies and just all of that nuance to come out in just like weird way. It was just, like, such a creepy scene. And I think like that's what you're meant to feel like.
Yes.
You know, Lydia busting. She's obviously like off.
Was anybody
not
like
at ease, and
worried
like,
about her when she was like, "How are you guys gonna go to? You know, you guys are going to your deaths?" And I was like, Lydia, I feel like this is not a good time because he's dealing with cancer brain, and you're just
kind of like
spouting off.
Don't do it. You can't be
I was
reasoned
scared that he was
with.
just gonna be like, and stab, and then all right, here we go.
I was waiting for her to be stabbed right then. I was like, okay, here it goes.
I was kind of freaking out.
Right. But I'm glad they addressed that too. Like, I mean, she like they almost had that moment, and he was like, "You know that I can't kill you. Like, you're my first wife. Like, there's no way. Like, not gonna do it. Can't do it.
But they'll kill you.
Yeah, but they will. But they will.
Go dig your own holes.
Yeah, just as long as I don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe the cancer brain will forget.
Sure, we'll go with that.
But yeah, it was. I really like that scene because
it was so cool.
Yeah, flaming swords aside, which I love, because that was like the coolest thing
That was
ever.
so awesome.
It was like it all fit together so well when she was like trying to convince his guards like that he was clearly a madman.
Yeah.
And like had this whole like suicide thing planned as like the contingency. Mm-hmm. And they were just like stone faced wax statues and just like exactly, and completely brainwashed by, you know, his whole thing. And I remembered back to season 1, he like started out as this like preacher type character.
Yeah.
And so that like it made a little bit more sense that he would be able to kind of almost like a cult.
Right.
Completely control these people. So that was cool that they kind of brought back, because I mean,
which is not far from the truth. I mean, that's people that do that all the time.
Oh,
so it's
totally.
just like,
I mean, there's a lot of Kool-Aid slash like deer's blood being drank.
I can't. I can't.
It's a mix of blood.
And then you just light it up like flambe.
Exactly.
Use a sword. It's a whole thing.
But yeah, you can baptize babies with it.
Yeah, it's very universal.
Yeah, exactly. Makes a great steak marinade.
Oh God.
The whole thing.
Still can't get over that. It's like just raw. Gross.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of Lydia, such a badass still.
Yeah,
like,
I was proud of her, even though you can feel her like character kind of being like, wait, seriously, you guys are not gonna stop? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna throw some crazy out there for you guys.
Oh.
No.
Let me know how you feel about it.
No.
Okay.
I like this.
What about Sunny and Lydia?
No.
It's a couple?
No,
Yeah.
no,
I don't think
no,
that'll
no.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
I refuse. No.
I see them being partners.
Being cordial.
Being
Okay.
partners.
Yeah.
But I don't, like...
Well, I mean, okay, not necessarily.
At this point, what is left for him to deal with besides raising Henry?
I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
get what you're saying.
He needs like a female.
Oh, no,
help.
I think he's going to be a monk. He's going to be like a monk.
Right?
Oh, absolutely. He's going to go down that path. Yeah.
interesting.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't, but I'm trying to think of, like, what would bring him back into the fold of fighting again. Like, he's seen of a man that has seen so much bloodshed, so much death, and what he just witnessed, but he has his son now, and it's like, I think he's going to take him away and just, something's got to bring him back, obviously, but I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe MK, going for MK and stuff, and all
Yeah,
that.
I was thinking, like,
Here we go.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
He says MK to save from the widow, right?
Yeah.
He does, but I mean, MK. Yeah, I guess he does need to be saved, because I think if MK faced off against the widow right now, he would get
She's in trouble.
Yeah,
he's screwed.
not going to
Just
make
a
it
little
out.
bit.
Especially because he does not have his powers right now.
Right.
So it's not going to end well.
That's not going to go in well. No.
But, I think the motivation for Sonny, other than him being like a father figure or whatever,
Right.
to MK, like has sort of
Yeah.
deteriorated. Especially
Yeah,
now that his
absolutely.
like, main thing is like Henry.
Right.
Yeah.
And to make sure that his coups become like
And
good.
and little goo-goos and dadas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. I think that there is potential for them to partner up so that he can have another female in the picture,
Right.
but not enough for it to become romantic.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, yeah. I mean, they can have more of like a midwife.
I'm okay
type
with
of
that.
situation.
Totally
Yeah.
fine with that.
An au
can't,
pair.
Can't move on just
Yeah.
yet. I can't deal with it.
Just I'm gonna hire you as the nanny. I mean, she was caring for Henry already.
Yeah, and
so
that's-
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
she's and she was.
she's a
So
mom.
she was a mom.
Yeah.
Even though she's a badass, she was still a woman in
Yes,
in the
of
sense
course.
of that, especially
know,
with Ryder and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
As opposed to I forgot her name.
Oh, Jade.
Was it Jade? Yeah.
Yeah, the blonde. Yeah, Jade.
The other Quinn's second
Yeah,
wife.
yeah, Jade.
She was like, if a child was with her, she would have no idea what to do. But
Right.
at least Lydia has raised a child, and Sonny doesn't know what he's doing. So it's like, I
True.
think that's a cool pairing.
And I don't really know what to do with Jade now, after all this.
Well, that's
I
what I
know.
mean. Yeah, I agree with you guys.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
I-
know. I'm trying to figure out like what the teams are gonna be,
Right.
like, where everybody's gonna go.
No, it makes sense because I was like, I don't know where Lydia's gonna go,
And where did
Exactly. She was saved by Sonny, but
she just
then
kind of been
left.
wandering around.
And then now Tilda's wandering because
well,
she
yeah,
left
she's with her girlfriend now,
She left with.
Odessa.
Odessa.
But
yeah, I don't like.
Was there a scene? I don't remember Baji and her splitting up. I remember the getting
Yeah,
in the
they
Jeep.
got into the car.
He drives and then he hops out.
Okay,
To go
and I did not
save Sonny.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, oh, he just showed up. And obviously, I knew he left her, but I was like, was there a scene where
Right.
they talked and said goodbye?
Yes.
Okay.
They did. It was very
And
quick.
She left with her
With
girlfriend.
her lady, yeah.
Okay.
Odessa, which I don't
Odessa.
trust.
I wish. Stephen Lang's character.
Waldo.
I wish he would have gone.
I mean,
Really?
he
it would
would
have been awkward
with them, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been the
I
weird
thought he
scene
was
of
gonna
them
be in the
getting
back
in
of
the
the truck.
wheelchair
Yeah,
with
yeah,
them.
just
You know.
can you
Just
pick me
trying
up?
to-
Can you load me in?
Yeah,
Just put me in
pick me
there.
up. That would have been weird. But
That would've
I
been
wanted. I love his
Yeah.
character so much. I wanted him.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I think
But-
they'll meet up eventually.
But he serves
Or
a purpose where he is.
Waldo will
Right,
find Lydia.
right.
Waldo will find Lydia because Waldo
Now
went on his
that's-
own. Lydia went.
That's
I
a
would be
couple.
okay
Really?
with that.
That's a,
Well,
I
yeah,
would
a
be
romantic thing that I
totally
like.
okay
Those
with
two,
that.
yes.
Okay.
Those two, I
Interesting.
like the two of them
High
together.
five,
High five.
Yeah.
High five.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those
All
two.
right.
That works.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I like Lydia as a character so much. She's such a cool.
Yes.
There
agreed.
aren't any or as many like there's a bunch of strong female characters, but they're
Right.
all like at not necessarily like a villain, but they're all like have such an aggressive like
Yes,
thing
and I think
now.
I mean,
And like she's the only one that can kind of be more of a swing.
I think that only because of the
Well, Jade,
world
not
that they're
really.
in. I don't think the weak survive in this world. I
Right.
think every woman
Right.
has to.
Oh no, there's
Jade was
only
not-
strong.
Jade was by
They were a
far
really good
in this-
example,
yeah.
too.
Not Jade. I'm sorry. No, I forget her name.
Tilda?
No. Sonny's wife, Sonny
Vale.
Vale. She was the gentlest, I would
Right.
say.
Yes.
She was,
Yeah.
but
Of all the
she
ladies on the
she
show.
did kill somebody
Yeah,
because of her
she-
baby.
Yeah,
Yes.
she totally kills. Yeah,
Yeah, but she was the most, I guess, calm out of everybody
Yes.
in
Yeah.
the group.
Level-headed, saying that violence is
Yeah.
not
yes,
the way,
exactly.
Correct.
She only murdered one person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just one.
and to save someone. So
Yeah,
True.
and then slowly tried to murder Quinn, which is fine.
Well, it's okay.
Because it was,
Yeah, it was
peaceful.
sexual abuse.
She's
It's fine.
sending him on his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's interesting now that I guess Lydia is that role now. Like, I mean, like
Technically,
by
yeah.
default,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
least
I guess, yeah.
violent and aggressive.
And she does have that past of wanting to shun that lifestyle. You know, she went against it. Kind
Right.
of that's in her nature to kill.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where it goes with that.
Right.
See if that whole her father and all that comes back. And I don't know if that
Yeah. Because I think
I know.
she kills it out of like necessity to
Right,
like
right,
protect
right.
herself and
Yeah,
like
she's
guard
not
everything
widow
safe.
ruthless
Yeah.
level.
Like widow, I mean, everybody else sort of goes out of their way to kill people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost like
Yeah.
You know they
They don't have to, but it's like, oh, well, we got to kill
exactly.
them.
Just, well,
Yeah.
we
It's
should-
bad-
we
it's
should go.
Badlands. Yeah, look at this.
That's what we do here. We kill people.
Yeah.
It's the Badlands. Get with it.
Yep.
Hey.
But yeah, I do like Waldo's character. I really want to see like sort
I
of what's
do,
in
yeah.
next for him, and I like that he played like the
Tinkerbell.
cool dad.
Yeah,
And was like,
Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, and it's
I'll
like,
tell
and
him-
we're out
yeah.
of here.
And just like completely covered it for them. That was very
that was
cool.
cool.
I also love that Waldo kind of played us for that split second of like, what did you do with Tilda? I need to know what you
Yeah.
did with her. And I was like, I think we all can agree with that.
Yeah.
So I was really glad that he said that.
Right. No, it's cool, and I liked how earlier with Waldo, to just stay on his character, when he was with the widow, and they were kind of having like a bit of a talk.
Yeah.
It left it like sort of open ended. So I'm curious how,
Right,
how
yeah.
he plays that, because he's such a smart guy, and like I think does have some ambition that like was never really fully
Yeah.
realized.
I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
we saw his face when she mentioned that she could make him barren.
Right.
Even though I was like, I don't like what's happening with the widow right now.
Well, see, that's what, I think he's going to like take her up on it, but like be very cautiously optimistic about the situation, and like
I hope he does.
The fact that you said that again, not to sidetrack, brings up such a good thing with the show, because I would love to see. Did you guys ever watch Spartacus?
yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Remember for the first season, and Andy Whitfield got cancer, so they said, okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna go on hold. We're gonna do a prequel.
right.
Yeah.
I would love to see some of these characters prequels.
Yeah,
like
I
not
think Waldo would be
like
awesome.
3-4 episodes, small little
Yeah.
fillers, so we don't have to
Yeah.
wait a year and a half to get another season.
Yes.
Do
That'd be kinda nice.
You know,
Like little webisodes.
Waldo's how he came
Yeah.
in, or something like that. Yeah, just something
like
like
young
so you
Sonny.
can get a young actor to play that character, so you're not
Right.
your main cast can do what they're doing, because they've done that before. I think it's been 24, that TV show, they did like a web only
Right.
kind of little
Walking Dead did the same.
yeah. So I would love this, and that's AMC. So I
Yeah.
would love to see they're listening, do stuff like that,
Totally.
fill in
No,
these
I-
backstories.
I-
See a young
Yes.
Lydia and Quinn. Oh man, how they all
how they
Ooh,
met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about like Quinn's origin a lot.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
also-
such a fascinating story.
Yeah, and I also want to see like how
Yeah,
widow
I
as
was-
well.
ooh,
Right.
I mean,
Those-
technically
these
we
characters
know,
that are full
or
adults.
Flea, as the
This-
case may be.
yeah, like to see what happened
Yeah.
after the monastery, or see her
Yeah.
in the not the monastery. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Even young Baji, that would be also kind of nice as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Just start adding everybody in there
Right.
slowly.
Because it's always
Kinda
nice because these characters are so fully formed when we meet them. No one except maybe MK has the origin,
Yeah, correct.
so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, young Sunny. I don't know about Vale though,
Yeah, Val might
because
not.
technically, if we did like a Sunny Vale meetup, they would have to be the actors now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
But definitely young Sunny, young Waldo,
Yeah,
young
all of
Quinn,
it.
and Lydia. Those are
I would
four
love
great
that.
little
Right.
mini web things you could do, or mini
yeah,
series.
like 5 episodes each.
Oh no, I love this. Love this idea.
There we go. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Let's
sidetrack.
do
AMC,
It just hit me. You guys,
hit
you
us
guys
up.
say great things, and I'm like, oh, that would
You're
be great.
welcome, Yeah. No, that would be super cool. I mean, again, this universe is so intricate.
The book. We need a book.
We do.
That's
I've been
we
talking
talked about that.
We
I've been
need a
talking about that
map.
for weeks.
We need
book.
We
I need
need
the
a lot of stuff.
encyclopedia, the world building book
Yes.
for Into the Badlands.
Yeah, I would take it all. I mean, it's such a cool.
Ooh, Renji had a really good idea. Maybe
Nice.
explain how this all started. Like
How the Badlands
Ooh.
happened.
Oh,
Because clearly we saw technology at the very end of
We
the
did.
episode, and obviously we've seen magazines and other things. I just want to know what
I'm
happened.
surprised they've never done like some shows or movies do like the opening credits is done like an animated style, so it's not as expensive,
Yeah.
but they show it over at what's happening. I'm surprised nothing like that's ever happened. Or maybe
Yeah.
that's a story that the writers know that they want to tell one day, so
Right.
they're just saving it.
Yeah.
Because that is
Maybe.
interesting, because everything's kind of wiped. It's like it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, no, I love that idea.
But then
I
we
mean,
get at the end of the episode all those the towers and stuff. You're like, oh,
the towers.
does this
Yes,
mean?
the old tech,
Yeah.
the radio communications.
isn't that as Azra, right? That's what
Yeah.
you're saying. So
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's contacting Azra. I mean, now that we're just
Okay.
talking about it.
Yeah, I feel like it was like an emergency beacon or something like that.
Because
That's like,
it had
hey,
that,
I need
like,
help.
radio
okay.
signal.
Yeah, like who's he?
vibe.
What is he trying to get? Like that.
Maybe
Right.
it's like a help signal or something. Maybe.
Yeah, just like SOS.
Yeah,
pick me
kind of
up.
thing. Yeah, stop. Please send help. Stop.
I'm super. I mean, I guess the compass and the book thing was a missing key to turn all that stuff on.
Which I thought was weird because I was like, how does it do
That's
that?
that was
So how do
I
you
was
plug
I was
the
not
book
following
in?
that as kind of like, is it? I
it
don't
like magnets or
magic?
something? It must be
Magnets,
magic or something.
Magnets. I don't know. That was a weird like what's-
Magical magnets.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
that was a
interesting.
weird one.
But
I don't know what's going on
because
there.
otherwise, I was like, well, someone probably found that stuff. It was like a
sure.
very
No, there has to be a
like
way.
non
Right.
description like castle, just like on the beach.
I thought, like
pretty-
for
pretty
me,
nice little
I know that we're
silo
like kind
for
of
a
jumping
picnic.
to the end, but I was hoping because there was that body of water that was just gonna come
Right.
out, like Atlantis.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
raised
it's like
on
raised,
the-
it's like a giant sub.
Come in. We've been waiting for you.
Just Atlantis is
Aquaman,
big.
like,
Yeah.
come in.
Azra just like rises up.
Yeah,
That'd be
great.
cool. That'd be very cool. I mean, maybe it will. You never know.
That'd be
Episode
hysterical.
1, season 3 could be that.
What if it's
Atlantis.
a floating city?
That's what I thought it was. I thought
Yeah,
it was
what if
gonna
it- what if
erupt
it
from.
lands?
Like what? Like
Oh, like from
what
up
was
top?
what's the
Yeah.
game? BioShock.
Yeah, BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
with the giant airship
Yeah.
sitting in the
that game
sky.
so much.
That's why
That
that's
would
the
be
only way.
very
to
All right,
do it.
hey.
That would be
Yeah.
interesting.
No, that'd be
I
super
would-
cool.
Maybe
man.
maybe they're all like, this
What
place
hell?
sucks. We're
Yeah.
out. Peace.
So you
See
think like
ya.
maybe they have like
Yeah.
a
City flies away.
what is it? What are those called? Not a Zamboni. What are those?
A Zamboni?
Not a Zamboni. What is
Zeppelin.
it
Just
called?
on the-
Zeppelin. Thank you.
A Zamboni. That's the machine
That
on
would
the
take-
ice.
that would
Yeah,
take
a
them
Zamboni
very
machine.
I had
long
the
to
Z-
get.
I like the
Very long.
Zambonis better. The
Yeah.
fact
I
that
love
you knew
Zambonis
the
too.
fact that you knew
Zamboni.
Zamboni over Zeppelin is awesome.
It's terrible.
good
I was thinking
stuff.
of a
Well,
Zeppelin coming down
Yeah.
and picking
Or a
them up.
Zamboni.
What was it?
I would be okay with a
I mean,
Zamboni.
we saw the snow.
Just like
with
slowly. Did you call for us? You call for
right
us?
there.
It's gonna be. I gotta
Fair?
clean some stuff up.
And then you can come over.
I'm gonna circle back. We're gonna hook around. I'm gonna
Lord.
flip
Even
you, and
if
then
Zeppelins
we'll
do
be
show
there.
up, I'm calling it Zamboni from now on.
I was trying. They're
That's
both
what the
Z
Badlands
names.
needs.
Yeah, they
Zambonis.
both go
Zambonis.
very slow.
Badlands
You hit
Zambonis.
the more difficult, I would think, of the two words, though. That's the interest. That's what I love.
I was trying to remember.
Well, it's the hockey playoffs, right? You
That might have been it.
There you
I
go.
just went to a
Maybe.
Kings game, so I
There
might be
you
wrong.
go.
It's in the headspace for sure.
Yeah, damn it.
They're
Those
both
are making
good
fun of me in the
buzzwords,
chat.
though.
No, don't make fun of her.
No, they're like Zamboni.
Zamboni's more applicable. It's also like a party word if you spell something. So.
Sure. Lord.
Anyway, I do want to talk about the big fight that was building up.
Oh, my gosh.
So
And
good.
I think, I mean, we can kind of talk about just like maybe the season as a whole, like favorite fights
Yeah.
in general. This was definitely, I think, one of my.
This man
uh,
cannot be killed.
I
Like-
love the build up in the hallway.
Yeah,
with
well,
the
that's what
crossbows.
I mean, like,
Holy.
because there was kind of two fights, like the one,
Yeah.
obviously the ultimate showdown with Sunny and Quinn.
Oh, we should have
Right.
started with that
But
song.
when we saw Sunny and Baiji like just
Oh, so
taking
cool.
down
Oh, gosh.
everyone.
Yeah.
Especially with Bashi with the nunchucks. Oh,
Yeah.
I had chills.
So cool.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
mean,
do
both
that.
those fights were incredibly satisfying, and it was like a perfect way to end. It was like a big battle with like a million dudes
Yeah.
being killed,
But I love it
legs
because
being sliced.
usually this is not. I mean, depending on the rating, it's usually not TVMA, but this one definitely was because there was so
Oh,
much.
totally.
Oh,
like even
yeah.
with Lydia with the shovel,
Oh.
and it went through
Oh,
the
right
dude's
in his
head.
head.
Ah. I
I've
was
never
like,
seen so many limbs. Just
Right?
Come off
It was a-
and
Yeah.
come off
That was-
Yes. No, the amount of limbs, appendages that were like sliced
oh
off.
my god, it was just
Incredible.
I got
Insane.
flashbacks to like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, exactly. It was. I mean, it was almost
It was
comical,
so good.
but it was definitely dialed
Yeah,
down.
they
like,
they
from,
toe the line of
Yeah.
almost being like, you laugh out like, oh, this is
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is
but
the
it was
only
like
time-
more. Yeah, I liked. It was like a perfect amount.
Yeah.
Just like
yeah, because
action.
this was the time where because I'm very squeamish, I usually can't watch
Right.
scenes like this, but I was laughing the entire
Yeah.
time because
Yeah.
it looked very fake, but I was okay with it. But I was also throwing things at my TV screen because of
Right.
Quinn not dying after being stabbed 3 different times.
That was.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Quinn
I was kind of like, how is he not? That is a.
Totally.
It
Is he just running on
through
pure-
his chest.
God.
It is
Pure
through
adrenaline? Like-
his chest 3 times, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And like one of them like was a thrown sword.
And it went
so,
through,
that
like, it
would've,
came
like,
out.
literally sliced.
Even if he kept that sword in his chest.
You know what I mean? Like when you throw something, it's like it's not like flying straight where it's just like a
It's
clean
like it was
stab.
like,
it's like
no.
that probably cut his like entire back.
If he would have kept fighting with the sword in him, I would have like, okay, maybe. But that thing, didn't he come out? He pulled it
Yeah,
out.
it came out every single time because he used the same
So,
sword
like-
to stab him 3 different times.
Pretty
the
intense.
one shot of him, he was on the kind of on that platform like this,
Yup,
and he was
and
like
it was like-
backwards.
Yeah.
But just the way it was lit, the color,
So
it was
cool.
beautiful.
But I was
like,
so
man,
mad,
this guy's like a
guys."
pincushion. He's still going.
I could not like
No
even
problem. It's
even
the cancer brain.
because the
I
first
can't, and I don't
cancer
care. I'm
Can't-
gonna,
you
I'm
can't
gonna
feel
keep on
anything.
going, Sonny. Stab me again. I'm coming for you.
Because, like, the first time it happened, I was like, oh, man, this is intense. And then the second time it happened, I was like, okay, wait a minute. What are we doing right now?
Yes.
Did he do something and
Yeah.
I missed it? And then he fell off. And then, obviously, we have that last part where he jumps up and he's holding Vale. And I was
Right.
like, how are
Still
you
very
still
kind of
alive?
cognizant, yeah.
Yeah, like, he was able to speak. I was like, you should be dead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
he
Did it just
was-
miss organs? Like, they were like, oh, and, oh. Like, no. No.
Yeah.
really
No.
hard boss to kill.
It's
Oh
just,
my God,
it's
it was
kind of
like
like a video
worse-
game. It's
Yeah,
the final
seriously,
boss.
It
yeah.
was worse than a video game. I was so upset.
Final boss battle.
Oh my God.
it was-
Just sweat and cursing.
Yeah. It was like it was so intense though.
So okay, so intercut with that is Baji and like his they call the sidekick and he's like, I hate
Yes.
sidekicks. That was
I
awesome.
love-
He's
That
like,
was
yeah,
a great
yeah.
line. Just throw away for the right.
Did you think he was gonna die though?
Well, okay, so he gets stabbed with the scissors, right?
I don't know if he was so upset.
And so he
about
sat
that.
down. He's like, scissors.
Yeah.
And then he leaned back. I was like, he died from just that? I mean, okay, perfect
Yeah.
example. He's getting stabbed with scissors. Quinn's getting turned into a human pincushion.
With a giant
and
sword.
Baji is bigger. He's a bigger guy, so
Yeah.
he's
And
got,
And he got stabbed down here.
Yeah, and it stayed in him. So it's like that was kind
And
of like
yeah,
I
it
was
wasn't like all the way through. Like
yeah.
Quinn had that giant like
came-
Shemitah like
Yes,
thrown
through
his
his
body.
chest. That was like stabbing one. Then he got like
the pole,
yeah.
like kind of backwards, like it was
Yeah,
short backwards
yeah.
into
He-
him.
He
Sword,
should
like,
have
again.
died.
like other side.
But Baji,
So
I
mad.
thought he was dead. The way that they framed it and
Right.
they pulled back and him
Definitely
just
thought
sitting
he
there,
was
I thought
dead.
he was dead.
Yeah.
So
Into the Badlands.
When
we
that
definitely,
happens, I was
we
just like-
definitely took 5. And
yeah,
we're
yeah. He's like, oh, I gotta take a
this is gonna be
breather.
problem.
I gotta take a breather. Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
just-
I'm winded.
The
Hold on.
scissors got
Because he
me.
clearly took them out. Because when we see the last scene, they weren't in him anymore. So I'm like, what is happening?
Right,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah. Very, very. I mean,
You guys, I wish you guys could have seen my face. I was literally like screaming at my television. My fiance was like, "Hun, can you calm down?" I'm like, "No, he should be dead." Just stab,
it's such a cool fight though. Like with the like side daggers.
And
So cool.
I don't
Yes.
know if they do such a good job of hiding his stunt double or if that's him, but he looked great.
He looked great.
I mean, I don't
but
know.
you couldn't see his face though.
There were,
let's
but
be
there were,
honest.
there were a couple shots where I was like, either they have a really great double, or the actor does, or they speed the camera up a little
Right.
bit. But man, he looked great.
He looked so good.
And if you're using a stunt double, hats off to them because you couldn't tell. I couldn't really tell.
No, I mean if it is him, that's great because he looked,
Yeah,
he just looked really good. I was
They
also a
look
little
great.
peeved when he threw the sigh at Vale's foot and she just fell over with Henry. I was like, did you not think that through? Now your baby's gonna get hurt. Like,
I think he would have. Well, he was saying, I don't think he would have thrown the side at her chest. 'Cause
Right.
That's what
no,
the
clearly
baby
that's
was,
what I
so.
thought that was gonna happen, but he threw it at her ankle, and I was
And
like,
he didn't want to hurt her.
Right.
It's his lady.
This is also in the middle of rubble
Right.
after he
I know.
blew up
Well,
the
he's
entire.
been
place.
stabbed twice already, so he's not
True.
thinking clearly.
Fine.
He's got cancer
Yeah.
brain.
Fine, I will give you that.
But no, I took that to be
BS.
like to
like
make
MK said in this episode.
right.
Bullshit.
BS.
No,
Yeah, it's bullshit.
it totally is. No, I took that to show how good Quinn was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like that he could like literally control his side dagger throws to like land on like the handle.
Yeah.
That
and,
fall
like-
still looked pretty gnarly.
Oh, yeah.
She
Yeah.
fell with the
She
baby.
fucking- she-
I was
she
like,
bit it.
No, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, that
Dropped.
baby's dead.
Yeah,
Dropped.
she does not handle.
But hard metal right in
projectiles
that, little,
like
you know,
right in
ankle.
that ankle. Ah!
well. Yeah, just,
I stubbed my toe.
it's
I'm
gonna
like,
bruise.
I know I'm done.
It's gonna bruise.
I'm out for an hour.
Yeah, I'm like I stubbed my pinky toe, and I'm like I have to take the week off. Like,
Just-
no,
I can't come in and work. Guys.
Guys, I can't.
You
I
don't
stubbed my
know.
pinky toe. But like, yeah, because there was so much rubble, I was scared like the baby was like, because it was pretty graphic. I was scared like the baby was like gonna like go through like
Right.
rhubarb or
A
something.
sigh in the leg would have been pretty good too. I think you could
Yeah,
have done
like
that.
of her just like limping with this sigh in her ankle.
Yeah. Well, I think you didn't want to injure her too bad
Right, I
because
think that's the
again,
thing, yeah.
Henry
Well,
and
Yeah. No, I understood it. I was just upset because I was like, what are you doing?
Right.
What is happening?
well, he's got a soft spot for the ladies,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
That's
clearly.
His weakness.
Yeah.
That is his weakness.
Gross.
for the wives. Can't
Gross.
hurt the wives. That's the one thing.
Well.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely bit him in the end.
Yeah.
Finally,
Yes, it did. That was heartbreaking. That's.
I
know.
thought we
Yeah, I
just
think-
got them back
You see,
together.
Actually, I want to go back just 1 second
But I called it.
to the him seeing Vale finally.
Oh, that's so nice.
Once they got together and were kissing, that was great. But it was just him opening the door. I don't know if it was framed weird, but the show is so great for epic shots, and I don't know if they were stuck to the location because it was kind of
Oh,
underground,
yeah, it's kinda awkward.
low level,
Yeah.
small doorway.
Right.
I was just like, oh, you just open the door, like, and he couldn't kick it open because she's right there in the doorway. She wouldn't want to kick it open, which would have been cool. But once they were together and they did kind of like a camera around them, that was great.
Yeah.
But
It was a little awkward. It's like he was in shock.
But it was weird. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
little anticlimactic because they've been fighting whole season to get to
Right.
this, and it was just kind of like, oh. But then once they were together, it was great.
Yeah.
So it's just that initial beat or whatever for me.
Yeah.
But I digress.
No, I agree because
Fair enough. It's just Avalon West.
it was weird.
Yeah. But watching Sonny with Quinn holding her, I think he knew. He's like, this is not going to end well. I'm not getting out of this with both of them. I didn't think he.
There was just
you know, the heroes always got that chance, like, okay, what's going to happen? How can I do this? You know, and in our heads as audience, we're like, no one's coming.
nothing you can do.
I was like, no, Podgy's not showing up.
Totally.
Yeah.
As soon as she started talking, I was like, oh.
I was like, here we
But
go.
I wasn't expecting how she was gonna go.
Right.
I was not expecting that. But at the same time, until she said goodbye and
Yeah,
then she kind of reached up, I was like, oh, this can't end well.
This is not going to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like, it kind of looked like Sonny was kind of like determining if he should run or if he should stay.
I didn't know what he was gonna do at
Because
that
like you
point.
saw
I
his
was
eyes
like-
kind of
Yeah.
shifting. Like, what should I do? What should I do? Should I run? Should I go? Should I leave her? What do I do?
I
And
just
that was
just
it.
looking at him, I just go, oh, he knows he's gonna lose something right now, and he doesn't have any more cards to play.
Right.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's nothing's gonna happen.
Before we
Yeah.
move on from that, I just want to tell everyone in the chat, I don't want the baby to get hurt. It's just because Walking Dead has ruined me with children that I just assume that things can go
That's true.
batshit
You
crazy.
can't. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking in my head, it's like, well, the network's never gonna kill the baby. I'm like,
But they
no,
killed
it's
the
AMC.
little girl.
Yeah, they would. That's
They
not,
shot her in the face. Because I mean, she was a zombie, but it happened. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert if
it's
you've never
True.
seen it.
I mean, she wasn't a baby though. She was.
She
a
wasn't
child.
correct.
She was
And
a
like I
child.
said, like I would never. This is because I'm a garbage human being, and I want the darkest things to happen in movies. That's just
Right.
how I am. But yeah, I knew that they were never going to hurt this child. It's not going to happen. It's just
Yeah.
AMC has ruined me with gore. But anyway, yes, I was a little upset because I was like, how can Quinn last 3 stabs, but Vale gets
Right.
1, and that's just
I see
that's
what you're
it.
saying.
We're just done. But I mean, obviously, it was through a. It was.
Yeah, I think it was through the heart. It looked like.
Yeah,
Through both.
like
was-
it was straight into it. So like I knew she wasn't gonna survive, and I already called it that she had to die to move the plot further.
Right.
Yeah.
But I agree with you because you did tell me outside of the studios like she chose to do that
Yeah.
instead of
did.
her actually being killed.
Well,
by Quinn.
because you had brought up a point where did you want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, a lot of people were saying because the fact that there's a hashtag going around saying I think it's like color me Into the Badlands or colored something about that Into the Badlands, which I was following for a little bit, and of how that she's technically the only black character now, and then she got killed off. Same thing with Jacoby last season. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But remember, there's plenty of butterflies that are black.
True.
There's a bunch of them, but they're not lead characters.
So is
speaking
that going?
roles.
Okay.
Is that going
Okay.
into this? Is that a
And also, she's a female.
Is it just a diversity issue, or is it a specific
It was
like African American
a little bit of
topic?
column
Just
A,
because,
a little bit of
I mean,
column
look
B.
at Danny Wu. I mean,
Yeah.
No, we
he's
have an Asian lead. I'm
on,
so
on a
happy
network
about that.
television show.
I think it's also the fact that she's
That-
also a female too.
Okay, but so to your point on that, we were saying it backstage. I was like, but this character chose her
Correct.
fate.
So I would
think
give
that
that.
makes her such a strong character. And I think the show, yes, that they're constantly killed off in that manner, but not even one of the characters, female, male, color, are weak characters. So I think
Yeah.
this show gets a lot of.
This is the most diverse cast
Right.
I've seen in a
Yes,
while.
And not just no one's okay. Let's have diversity for diversity's sake and put them in crap roles.
No, yeah.
It's great roles all around. So I think
Yes, color me Badlands. Thank you.
to see that happening is a little
No.
disconcerting for me. Just
Yeah.
but then again, I'm a white guy saying this, so I have no say in the matter.
No,
I don't want
But
to
I
complain about anything,
But that's what
and
I'm
I'm not.
saying. I can be a little bit of column A, a
Yes,
little bit of column B.
you
I
can,
completely
yes.
understand because I felt like Vale's character didn't get a lot in this season. She was
Yeah.
stuck in one
A
place.
thankless role.
Yes, and I think that the actress deserved better, and I felt like her character deserved better. But again, as much as I hate to say it, her death is supposed to move the plot further.
And saying now that you said that,
Right.
she was the one that Sonny could not kill Quinn. She did.
She did.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
that's pretty huge.
And that actress
I
has
feel.
probably got to love the fact that
Right.
that was
That was the way
as
to
much as
go.
Vale was the thankless role for
Yeah.
so long. She did it. I think
Yeah,
that's
and that's
awesome.
huge. And like the fact that she was the one that technically brought Quinn back,
Right.
she was able to put him back in the ground. Like it's, again, I
Full
agree
circle.
with everybody from that supports
That's
that hashtag.
yeah, it's a great.
But
point.
I also get from where you're standing, and I also agreed with that she took control, and it wasn't
Yeah.
like her life got taken away. It was mostly just because that her character just got so much shit because like she was sexually abused,
Yeah,
she was tortured,
she
like
was the the I don't want to say whipping boy of the
No, but I mean, that's,
role of the show, but yeah.
sadly enough, that's what it was, and it sucked.
Yeah, no, I hear what you guys are saying. I guess against the hashtag, my only concern is just because there's so
Yeah, Moon is black.
like there aren't that many main characters, so it's like
There's
if
not.
Sonny died, he'd be like, oh my god, they killed off the Asian
No,
guy.
there's a-
You know what I mean? Like
because
you kill
the-
off any character,
'cause the cast is so
widow, it's like,
diverse.
Yeah.
like the redheads start speaking out. Like, you know what I mean? Like
It's because it's just such a
Right.
diverse
Totally.
cast. So I
Yeah.
get it, but I get at least from a female black perspective, she went through a lot and she
Yeah.
still died in the
No,
end.
I get it. She
I
was
gotcha.
a great character.
Yeah.
I think she like there was a lot to like with her because she was for me the most like just person
Yeah.
in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
the most just is a great word, and I'm thinking just I want to say pure.
Right.
You
Correct.
know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like she was kind of the one that was thrown into it
Right.
and just like
What were her parents' background?
they
Remember they were
were
the
the
doctors?
doctors.
Well, I remember they took care of them.
Right.
But were they African American or are they white?
They-
Weren't
I
think they were
mixed.
mixed. I think-
They were
yeah.
I think
they were
the,
two of
the
them.
dad was white and
Yeah.
the mother was black. I believe. I could be wrong though.
No,
We'll
I
have to go check. Yeah,
I know, I
I'm
can't
pretty
check
sure
right
the
now.
dad was like an old white guy.
Yes, I remember that.
And
for sure.
so this show, it never.
or maybe they were both white and they adopted her. I don't know.
I don't
man.
remember her upbringing. I was trying to
Yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah,
Was
I
it- was
can't
it-
remember. That's why I would like a backstory on
Because
Vale,
yeah, then I
period.
see how the two of them got together, Sonny
Right.
and her.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with this, but I think this show, you know, it's just it sucks because some people have to die to advance a plot. In
It
this.
sucks,
and
but it makes sense at least in this
when your
format.
casting
Right.
is so diverse, something's gotta
Right.
give somewhere.
But we know that this actress is great in these past 2 seasons, and we're going to
Yeah.
see her again in other
Totally.
things. So I'm not
And
worried.
she-
She could
and
come back in flashbacks. We don't
she's
know.
totally good. I
Yeah.
mean, hopefully that's how they integrate. If they, I mean, I hope they do kind of the complementary storylines like the prequels we were talking about. But
Ooh,
They're
that'd
saying
be
Val
another
was
way.
adopted.
Yeah,
Okay.
see,
So I
that's
think
why I was like, wait a minute.
So I
she
think
might
I
not
think they're
actually be
they were
Totally.
both
two
white.
white.
Well, thank
yeah,
you.
they
Yep,
were white.
yeah, everybody's
Great.
saying thanks,
Excellent.
guys. I just could.
Awesome.
That was a long time ago. I don't
I know.
remember.
Yeah, I think they're both white.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'd be kind of cool because, like, at least, I mean, I don't know if you want to jump into prediction territory just yet. I'll wait.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot of time for all of this because there's so much to talk about with this
Yeah.
show. Do you have a burning prediction?
No. Just like a want.
Totally. Well, yeah, no, I mean, just to close the Veil thing, I don't know
Yeah,
if you
go for
have
it, go
any
for it.
else. I just liked how she like went out with like a badass. I think
Yeah,
even though she did have like it sucks that she died, but like she went out like taking names.
Yeah, she's a
see,
badass.
I don't. I mean, and it's just a thing of someone like myself that I don't factor in thinking like that was the black lead female character was killed.
Right.
It's a nondescript thing that I don't think about. So I think, well, like you thought, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, she went out the hero, but then it's like, oh wow, seeing them from your point of view and perspective of women
Yeah.
and women of color that say that, it's like, oh, I didn't think about it like
and
that.
I just
Oh.
like I said, I felt bad for her character. You know.
Right.
Okay.
I just thought it was like, man, finally the girl that was pretty much the doorstop for this guy,
Right.
Just ended him.
constantly harped on and crapped on.
No,
that character.
correct. I mean, we've already.
Well,
we've
She
already
had
hit
that
I mean,
moment that the
if-
writers were probably building
Totally.
to, like you
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
have your,
And
your
like I
moment.
said, like I've been building up to that. I'm like, I don't want her to die, but it has
And
to
if
happen.
those two had happened, let's say the three of them rode off together. Okay, where do you go then? You
Right.
know, with
They would've
Sonny?
figured
it out.
I think Sonny. I don't know if he would have gone for MK.
Yeah.
I don't know.
think
He's
so.
got
I think
he's
he
got
would've
he
been
got
fine
what
with
he
just the three
wanted.
of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he's got his hands full, and maybe he finds another female.
Yeah,
You
later
never know.
down the road, you never know. I don't want
Nice
it,
little
but you never
stepmom.
know.
I think that's my prediction.
Yeah.
He will. It'll be him, daddy of one. I don't think he's going to bring anyone else because everyone that gets close to him dies or gets killed. Because like he loved Val's parents. Like remember that? And Quinn tells him to kill him, and he's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So it's like every single person that gets close to Sonny dies. So I think he's going to take that baby.
Ooh.
Guilt
Yeah.
will come over and he'll have to go get MK, but I don't think he's getting close to anyone else.
Fair enough.
I think that Sonny might go a little crazy and start because he saw Vale die, and that's how we'll see her in flashbacks. Is like,
Was it a comic book or a movie where there was a samurai and he wandered apocalyptic desert with a baby on his back?
Oh.
Was it Six String Samurai? Do you
I don't
remember that movie?
remember. I know
Oh,
what
there
you're
was
talking
one. There's a
about.
guy. He's a samurai,
bother us
and he's
now.
got a baby on his backpack, and they're just
don't
wandering the kind
could be
of
it.
post-apocalyptic Earth.
Could be just poking at that. Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, we're
that'd be
just,
cool.
like,
I mean, I
throwing out random
really like how they left a lot open-ended.
So
I mean,
much
at the
open.
yeah, like it was. I wanted a lot of conclusions, like
Now-
hopefully everybody, but
When did they announce season? You just read it.
season 3 was
when did they announce it?
What, like
In
April, or
April.
something? Yeah, so like
So they
it was
could
like
be
mid,
filming it.
midway.
They could-
Okay, so they were been filming for a while. So they didn't know they were getting a third season.
Right.
I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and I
Because
think
they didn't wrap
Right,
anything up
right.
except for the main plot. So I was like,
Right.
oh, that's interesting. If they didn't get a season 3, what we're left with,
Yeah.
that's a holy crap.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
that would
That's
have
a lot.
sucked.
That's a lot of faith that
Yeah,
they
it
knew
would've
that they was
been-
like, you know
yeah.
what, we're doing great stuff. We'll get renewed.
Yeah, I think. I
That's
mean,
some
the
faith.
show.
Maybe
is
they
really
changed the last
good.
episode, too.
Yeah, they could have
Yeah, they
maybe
could've.
swapped
Yeah,
out like
you're
a
right,
more
you're right.
conclusive ending.
Yeah, maybe they
I'm
did.
glad they didn't, and
Nope.
I'm glad we're getting a season 3. Really quick, I guess like 1 or 2 sentences of what you think next season's gonna be like.
MK, they're gonna have to rescue MK. If they do bring Vale's character back, it'll be through Sunny going crazy because he saw Vale die.
Interesting. Okay.
Anthony Azra.
Azra.
I'm curious-
It's gotta
I'm
happen.
curious to
gotta be
see
Azra.
if they're going to go
Bonus?
back to Ireland to film,
Right.
or if they're going to
So
film somewhere
pretty.
else. I don't know.
New location.
That's what I'm saying, because that location added so much to the color that we saw, the landscapes, mountains, desert,
Right.
that Ireland gave them, helped that show immensely to me.
Yeah, I
so
wonder
I'm
where
curious
they're
if we're going to
gonna
go
go.
somewhere else. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe,
Maybe, or,
maybe. I
yeah.
mean, for Azra, I think it makes sense to be somewhere completely different. But
But I think that's
they
gonna be
might-
what we're
gonna-
might
I think that's what we're gonna
go-
get.
Go
They-
film
we gotta
in,
get to that.
Ireland again. I think Widow is going to train MK.
Oh God.
And then
Oh,
they're gonna try
yeah.
to like.
oh Lord.
Because they now have a connection, being both like with the black eye
Yeah.
powers.
Yes,
now.
I don't think we still have the darkness. I don't even know.
And
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
think it would be very off character for MK to think that he can best Widow when like
No,
it's
yeah,
clearly
he's-
not
No,
true.
he can't.
Because I think
He can
like,
try.
martial arts like skills alone, he wouldn't be able to beat Tilda, and
No.
as we've seen, Tilda was not even beat Widow.
No.
so
Also, I
he's
still
just
don't
very
trust
out of his
Odessa.
league.
Still don't trust her.
Oh yeah, that's no good. But I think like that's sort of how we get back to Sunny
Okay.
is like
Yeah.
MK and Widow. Maybe they track down like Tilda
Fair
and
enough, yeah.
Odessa.
Or they run into them at one point.
Like maybe they, and that's kind of how the Baiji connection, and through that is like Sunny like
And
Could
that'd be
be, yeah.
interesting.
All kind of-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
snakes around.
Sounds
like it.
good.
We will have to wait and see. I
Ugh.
can't believe we have to wait so long.
Uh,
Hopefully they
Yeah.
cut it down as much as possible. Throw a bunch of money at AMC
Please.
so they speed
Please.
it up. But it was a great season so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the 10 episode form. I'm very excited to see
16
16.
episodes.
16 will be interesting because I felt a couple of these episodes not dragged. I guess I'm so used to the 6th because
Right.
the 6th moved. There was so
Yeah.
much happening in the 6th. With 10, it got a little slower in a lot of them. So 16, I
Right.
don't know will
Where
they
the
reach?
sweet spot
will
is?
they get
Yeah.
into those ones where like on like shows like Arrow and Flash will have like episodes they're just filler and you're just like,
Yeah.
okay, this is.
Yeah,
I
it's
I
not
hope
the same.
not because 16
Hope
is
not.
that's a lot. That's a
That
lot.
is. It is.
I think
It's
we
a
can do
big
it.
season.
I think we can do it.
Faith.
I got faith.
Faith. Awesome. Well, until then, until season 3, where can the people find you guys?
Out there on the internet at Mike Kalinowski. Pretty simple. Like my name.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And same thing here at ATORS890. I'm also doing another finale tonight for The 100 from the CW. So
Oh.
check us out at 10 p.m. live. We're going to be talking about that last episode of this season.
Nice. A lot of wrap ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can find me everywhere at Hey John Blake. Tune into all the other AfterBuzz TV shows to help us keep doing them.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in all season long, guys. We will see you next season.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.